Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to Nostalgia Unboxings. As you might have guessed, we are doing Transformers Kingdom Rattrap today, and it's not in a package. Obviously, I opened it up because this was also part of the Secret Santa thing that I've mentioned in a couple, maybe one or two previous videos. And I opened it up just so I could send a picture of proof that I got it to the person who sent it. But we still have it in its sealed packaging for the actual figure, so I think it counts as an unboxing. So here he is in his little cage of plastic, and he's very, very tiny. This is like, I think they call it core class now, so he is a very small boy, but it fits in because he is a rat, so I think it helps keep him better in scale with the rest of the Beast Wars figures and just figures in general in the line. So, I mean, it's a decent trade-off, I guess. We can take a look at the back here, and compared to, like, the Robots in Disguise packaging, this is so bare. There's no huge, like, stat graph, no blurbs or anything, just pictures, and it says 18 steps to convert. So, I do miss that kind of stuff. I really did like seeing all those, like, stat pages and the little, blurbs and all that other fun stuff. I thought it was way cooler than just this absolutely monumental wall of just warnings and words and made in Vietnam. It is unholy. There's so much. Half this package is just text that no one cares about. But Takara Tommy over here. Generations. Wow, this is still part of the Generations line? Holy crap. That's pretty cool. So, let's get into it then. I'm almost kind of glad that I don't like the packaging too much because I don't care about destroying it like I am right now. Jesus. Alright. Oh, yeah, it slips out all nice like that. I actually kind of like that. Whoa. We don't need that. Whoa. There are so many pieces of paper in here. What the heck? So let's throw that away. What do we got here? I'm assuming this is the instruction manual, which they will not be looking at. Probably. Hopefully. 8 and up. Rattrap. I kind of like the coloring on it. It's like not fully black and white. It has some of the green on it to add a little pop. Interesting. There's that. Let's yeet that away. This is probably just the tome of warnings and stuff. Yeah, it's just crap. It's kind of dumb that they have to include all that stuff. Just takes up unnecessary paper. Like, it's not good for the environment, man. So, oh, he is actually just bound right in the front here. Very nice. His gun is so tiny. Look at that little peg. It is absolutely minuscule. Holy crap, that's really funny. How is he bound? Oh, he's not bound into the thing, is he? He's just tied together like some sort of, like he has some sort of bondage fetish or something. Shit, he is so deep in there. What the heck? Hope I don't break him before I even take him out fully. Oh my god. Oh wait, no, he is tied in. I'm an absolute idiot. This is gonna be so hard to take off. Alright, jump cut. Alright, and we are back. Or we should be back. I have just taken a knife and cut all these other stuff. So now he should come out nice and easy. There we go. That was much more like what I was expecting. So here he is, with his foot kind of pigeon-toed in there. And he is even tinier when he feels even tinier when you take him out than he did when he was in the packaging. Look at him, he can fit in my palm. I suppose this size class is actually pretty good for kids, and I guess if you just like fidget toys, because it's super portable. Like, you could just stuff this in your pocket and then, like, mess around with it when you're on the train or something. Or, I was gonna say on your commute, but that kind of implies, like, please don't be playing with Transformers when you're behind the wheel of a car or something. So, don't do that. But in other ways, you can be pretty useful for, just to mess around and play with and have as a little desk ornament or something. It's pretty cool. So he has his little gun, which can, I guess, slot in here into either of his hands, it looks like. Jesus! Okay, so that is a really tight grip. At least you'll know he'll never lose it, because you'll probably never find this tiny gun ever again. And let's see what he has for articulation. So he has some little ball joints and stuff. Oh, what the heck? Oh, he has like a double knee joint. I would assume that's probably that's gonna be part of the transformation, because it looks kind of funky, but it's pretty cool. I mean, it gives him pretty good range of motion on his legs here. Very nice, even if it is a coincidence. He's got his backpack of rat parts all over his back, which is kind of to be expected. It's really hard to make a lot of the Beast Wars type animal transformers without some amount of kibble or just, yeah, you know, shell forming in the backpack. It kind of works with Rattrap's character, though. I think from what I remember, like, he works with explosives or something, right? Or he's like the weapons guy of the Autobots, so it kind of works. It is like a military type, you know, big bulky backpack. Kinda, I don't know. That's how I at least will rationalize the need for it. And I do have a comparison here. So I have the previous generation's Rattrap, and I can just compare the sheer size for one thing. This one is much, much smaller. And obviously, I mean, with that comes a little bit less detail, especially in the heads, if you can compare them. Like, this head looks absolutely amazing. If they would have downscaled just this head to this, I think it would have been super, super perfect. As it stands, I really am not actually a huge fan of the way his head looks here. But, you know, what can you do? It's acceptable, I guess. Also, the new one, the mini Rattrap, has kind of been skipping shin day, I mean. Like, look at that difference. But I guess that comes with also the transformation. Oh, he doesn't have the jazz hands on this one. The little rat jazz hands. I unfortunately will not be able to show the, compare the rat modes, the alt modes, unfortunately, because, this Rattrap came with a manufacturing defect when I got it. That, I don't really want to bother showing it, but, you know, maybe I will anyway. But one of the rivets, I think it's on this leg. Yeah, as you can see, let me flip this up better. So this rivet here isn't flush. It's like slightly sideways, but they're angled into the hole, I mean. And it's just enough to where it just causes too much friction so what's supposed to happen is, like, this kind of splits apart for the transformation. It kind of just comes out a little bit using this. Kind of slides out. It's hard to describe. But it doesn't work because there's just way, way too much friction. And I have no idea how to fix this. So it is what it is, unfortunately. I'm probably just going to have to end up buying another toy of this. Which kind of sucks because these are pretty expensive now. Which I guess can bring me to the price point. So for this one, the old one, it is really expensive because it's secondhand. If you're buying it sealed, it's going to be, you know, at least 30 bucks. Probably a lot more if it's sealed in box, just because, you know, scalpers suck. Let's be real, scalpers suck. So it's unfortunate. This one, on the other hand, it is brand new, sealed. You could probably still find these at the store. I think they came out like last month, actually. It's around 10 bucks, you know, plus minus, depending on if you're buying it at a more expensive store or if there's a sale going on. So 10 bucks, I mean, it's so tiny. 10 bucks. I feel like everything just feels more expensive nowadays than it used to be. Like, honestly, I would say, like, a toy this size should probably be like 6 bucks, but, you know, what can you do? 10 bucks ain't too bad. So I'm gonna jump cut and we're gonna do a transformation. Actually, I lied. There are two things I want to go over before I transform him. So one is I actually noticed he has some really weird shoulder articulation because it's coming off his backpack and not off the actual side of his body. So that's kind of weird. He can't, like, I mean, it doesn't actually affect his articulation too much. He can't, like, raise his hands above his shoulders, though, because they are so awkward. So that's kind of a downside, I guess. And it's kind of just looks really weird. I don't know how I didn't notice that initially. But yeah, that's kind of interesting. Also, I wanted to point out that he's, according to the instruction booklet at least, which I did end up looking at, he has weapon storage on his back in case you don't want him to hold his gun, and I can see it right here. So, of course, his gun has this little, like, I don't even know what you'd call it, I guess a range finder, some weird machinery peg coming off the side of it. And he has a little square right there in his backpack. And from what I understand, you should be able to, oh yeah, just goes right in there. It's not super, super tight, but it's not terribly tight, but it's pretty deep comparatively. I mean, you can kind of see, so where this little square is, that's about how deep it is. So it is pretty secure, goes right in the back there. And it does blend right into the backpack too, so you can't really see it, which is really nice. That's actually a really quality feature. He also does have weapon storage in rat mode, which I think you can kind of see when I showed the box off, but we will also show it when I transform him. So jump cut. Alright, and we're back with him fully transformed into a rat. And as you can see, he does have the weapon storage, although it's a really tight fit and kind of wobbles his leg out of its slot. So it's really like not intended. Like, I'm pretty sure this is a natural slot they have to put in just for pressure on the ball joint. And they just made it so there's a tab on the side of the gun that can fit right into that slot. And it just kind of, yeah, you gotta just stick it in there. It's not the best really slot, I guess, but I think it's all they could really do. And you could do it both sides as well, because again, I'm pretty sure this was just a slot that they already had to put in for the ball joint, which is kind of, I mean, creative of them. The tail is a little wobbly and creates this thing. Also, unlike the previous Rattrap that has it has like a metal wire in its tail, so you get to actually pose it. It's a soft rubber almost, or soft plastic. I don't know, with a wire inside it. This is hard plastic, so you can't pose the tail too much, unfortunately. And he has no real like articulation in his legs or arms, forelegs. And you can't open his mouth either on the rat mode. So the rat mode really is just kind of, it's a rat. It sits there and it's a rat with potentially a gun stuffed onto his leg. Although I do think the rat looks really, really good. For the most part, you can see where his head actually is turned around. And there's, you know, all these visible hinges. But overall, like, the way its shell forms around itself is pretty good. All things considered. I mean, this is his bottom, so you can see where his arms and legs are and how they all fold up kind of awkwardly. But, like, look at that. Like, that looks really, really good. It's actually pretty impressive, especially for such a small figure. I would say this is very acceptable, especially at the $10 price point. I think it looks really, really good. And it's nice that they actually kind of did make him smaller than most of the other figures in the line, because it does put him better into scale with them. Which, you know, again, for a collector, if you have like a nice shelf, I think it ends up looking nicer. I found another piece of his little bindings from the plastic. Sorry about that. But yeah, I think that is about it, really. There's not much to say because there's not much he can do in this mode. He's just a nice little rat. Pretty cute, and it's tiny, and it feels actually really, really solid. Like, look, like I'm dropping him. He's not coming apart. I could even do it even higher. And he stays relatively intact, almost actually entirely intact, minus like that little kind of weak tab, which is pretty nice and pretty good, especially if you're giving it to like a kid to play with. You'd be hard pressed to, you know, super damage this, which is really, really nice. And also, it really blends into my background. I kind of just noticed that, which ain't the best thing for the channel, but what can I do? It is how it be sometimes. And it fits right in the palm of your hand, which is kind of cute, actually. You could probably even use this for a cosplay if you're cosplaying some sort of character that it features a little rat. I think it looks pretty nice, you know. And that is really about it. So $10, you get a nice little rat transformer, a little you know, figure of a Rattrap. I think it's pretty nice. I think it's worth its price for the most part. And that's really about it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. All that stuff helps the channel tremendously. And just let me know what you think of little baby Rattrap, and if you want to see what other new stuff you want to see me unbox, new or old stuff rather. I'd be happy to oblige most everything. And I mean, yeah, I think that's everything I'm supposed to say, right? So thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.